What's up, everybody? It is Lance Muser here at Endmuser Gaming, and we've got ourselves another Starfield video here. We're gonna take a look at this Reddit post we thought was very interesting and get you guys' thoughts. It's kind of the community's back and forth, the gaming community's back and forth with Starfield and how they feel about it, and then also kind of taps into something a little bit that I was kind of talking in our Discord about this weekend with Bethesda games. Anyways, we'll jump into that. Just wanted to give a shout out real quick. Thank you guys for all the support. We really appreciate it. We're approaching 300 subscribers on the gaming channel. We just hit 250 not too long ago, so we really appreciate all the support. We did want to let you guys know we did launch our collecting channel this weekend. So if you're into collecting Pokemon cards, initially will be a lot of the content that's over there, and then maybe some retro gaming or maybe some other card collecting, things like that. We've got a section in our Discord for collecting, if you're into that kind of thing. To chat about it, jump over here and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. And of course, we got our gaming channel. We really appreciate all the support over there in our Discord. If you want to jump in our Discord, we got a lot of cool peeps chatting in there, doing the thing, having some fun. But yeah, without further ado, yeah, look at this. Just hit 250, almost at 300. Really appreciate it, guys. We see you out there. Thanks so much. So let's jump back over here. This is an interesting topic. So the Reddit user Kalinks, he says, I think Starfield is now the biggest example in gaming to me that people truly have different ideas of fun in games. I have a pretty wide scope of games I enjoy. I can play RPGs, multiplayer shooters, action adventure, strategy, etc. I don't play absolutely every genre, but I do like a lot. I've always had a wide palette. That said, even I have not been able to get really into some highly popular games, and it has surprised me. My biggest example of this are Souls games, particularly Elden Ring. I don't really know why, but I just cannot get into it. I put in 7 to 10 hours. I even still do plan to go back to it one day, but yeah, those games just do not grab me, and nearly everyone I talk to that has played them considers Elden Ring one of the greatest games of all time. That said, even though I didn't particularly enjoy it very much, I didn't dislike it either, I was just lukewarm on it. I understand it's a great game. I would never say it's trash or it stinks. I understand that almost universally people love it. This game, though, is absolutely my game. I have seen so many people say it is boring. I have seen so many people say the writing is terrible. We're talking about Starfield now. It has been ripped to shreds by some for being archaic and dull. I won't sit here and say that I don't find things in this game very familiar or formulaic, but as a whole package, I think this game is absolutely enthralling. Boring is the furthest thought from my mind when it comes to playing this game. I am extremely excited to turn it on every chance I get. Every time I sit down on a new era, I am tantalized at the possibility of finding something new, some new item or new event. And this is what I want to touch on too. This paragraph or this sentence right here is what I was talking about on our Discord this weekend. It really just goes to show how one person's thrilling is another person's completely bland. The experiences I am having is just the polar opposite of so many of the impressions I have been hearing about this game. I have never seen a AAA game have this much whiplash, in my opinion. So, very interesting post. I love to hear how other gamers are feeling, how they're enjoying the game, how they're interpreting kind of the way the community is reacting to it. This is an interesting one. I'm curious, you guys comment down below if you're playing Starfield, what you think about it. If you're not playing it, or if you are, what you think about the community's reaction to it. Is it, there was the comments on the different review scores, and then, there was the comments on the different things in the game, or the space travel, or the fast travel, or how you can't, fly over a planet like you can in No Man's Sky, all that kind of stuff wrapped in together. This is just very interesting because I know exactly what this user is talking about as far as just kind of thinking about it myself and or the very particular thing right here. So I had a moment yesterday when I was playing Starfield. I'm on a random planet and I'm like, it's easy to feel overwhelmed in Bethesda games for sure. And it's like, the older I've gotten, I think I mentioned this in a different video, I kind of just let myself slowly play a game. I try to anyways. I try not to rush. But yeah, so yesterday I was on a random planet. There's a random outpost, and I'm like, there's nothing quest-wise that I think I need to do with this outpost. Maybe a resource or something, resource quest. But I'm like, Do I need to go over there? When will I come back to this planet again? So I did. I've just taken my time. I went over there and I'm like, I think I'm thinking of a particular one, and there was one before this even. You go into the location and you just, if you get fully immersed, you're like, man, I wonder if I'll find something here. I wonder if there's something cool that will be in this location that's will tell its own story. Let's read the computer logs. Let's read the books. Let's see if there's anything here that could be different. And it reminds me, again, I think I maybe mentioned this in a different video, of when I stumbled upon the spaceship in Fallout, and the story that you kind of had to read and that told itself there. That's the kind of thing with Bethesda games, is they have those moments of just, wow, okay, this is really cool, the time that was taken to tell this story that is such a small little nugget of the game. I mean, super small compared to everything else that's in the game. So that's the neat thing about Bethesda games. But, you know, in turn, I could see where people could say, okay, that's why the game's boring. They like a right up in your face, this is the objective, this is what you need to do, and not so much a game that lets you just experience it the way you want to, whether that's slow, quick, you just want to go through the quest. There's a lot of reading in the game. I mean, I'm trying to ask every NPC every question I can ask them, you know, and I could see to some how that would be boring. But again, you know, to the poster, to their point, Elden Ring isn't necessarily the game that they're enjoying, but, you know, he goes on to say that he's not saying the game's bad either. You know, so that's what makes you wonder, you know, if people aren't enjoying Starfield, can you just respect it or appreciate it for what it is, and it's just not your cup of tea, or is the game actually bad? You know, that differentiation there between the you know, several different aspects. But yeah, so curious what you guys think. You know, if you're not enjoying a game, are you quick to just say it's, you know, not a great game, or you just, okay, this game isn't for me kind of thing? So very interesting post and things to think about. Of course, Starfield's a big game, so, you know, it's going to get a lot of attention. It's going to get, you know, a lot of these conversations going, and this is kind of just what happens. I didn't realize, you know, I was listening to Sacred Symbols this week, and I've thought before about doing like a video topic on like your Metacritics and your Open Critics and stuff, but Metacritic is like I learned that, you know, and many of you maybe know this already, but it's a weighed, different outlets have more of a weight on the review score. So when you give it a 7 out of 10 like IGN did, that has more weight than somebody's website over here or YouTube channel that is also on the site, you know, that maybe gave it a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. That won't necessarily have as much weight as, you know, IGN 7 out of 10. And it is crazy to think, you know, Colin was talking on there on Sacred Symbols about this is hours and hours and hours of development. I mean, days and weeks and years of development for it all to boil down to one score out of 5 or out of 10. And that's just so much to incorporate into this one score. Years and years of work is what he was saying. And I'm like, man, that is really true. You know, he was advocating for, you know, if everybody could get on the same page and do away with review scores. And that's a topic in and of itself, you know, for a different time maybe, or maybe not. But anyways, you've heard that before, you know, getting rid of the review scores and people actually reading a reviewer's, you know, write-up on their experience with the game versus just scrolling down or looking right at the top and seeing what score they gave it. That's just a very interesting, you know, topic to even, you know, travel down, in addition to just whether a game's good or not good, or how you feel about a game or this or that. So yeah, anyways, you know, Starfield's all over the board. For me, I'm not like a harsh critic with movies, you know, music or video games. I know what to expect with a Bethesda game, and I haven't watched some of this footage in a while. It's making me want to go play the game right now. I know what to expect with a Bethesda game. I enjoy Bethesda games. Fallout, Skyrim. I mean, I can remember playing Oblivion. That's really was my first entry point with their games. At some point, I think maybe I went back and tried Morrowind, but Oblivion was just such a great game. And it's like these worlds you can just fully immerse yourself in. And that's what I enjoy about it. I like kind of going my own path, creating my own journey, and trying, you know, not to rush through the games and things like that. But I can definitely see where it wouldn't be someone's cup of tea. So yeah, anyways, with that said, let's take a look at a few of the comments down here. That's always fun. Comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Are you playing Bethesda? Are you playing Starfield? Are you enjoying the game? If you're not enjoying the game or you tried it, why? What about it wasn't what you were, you know, wanting to play right now or period? If you are playing it, what are you enjoying about it? Of course, keep the spoilers to a minimum, but we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's see. Just wanted to point out something that if people on the internet did more, things would be much better. You said you didn't like Elden Ring, but still thought the game was great. And this is so important to me and weird that people can't differentiate. You can dislike something and recognize it's not for you and still think it's well made. I don't like Nintendo, can't get into their games, but I still recognize that Zelda is a top tier game and say the game is really good, even if I don't like it. There you go. Let's see here. What else we got? Zelda is my go-to example. And I even played, so is this, yeah, this is a continuation. Let's see if we can find, you can minimize these, I think. Bethesda games are pretty much one of those things where you get out what you put in. That's exactly what we were just talking about. If you just want to speed run, you can do that. Do you like to play house? And you can build a base. And that's another thing that I had when I was playing. I'm like, man, I can't, there's so many different things to do in this game aside from just getting through quests and story aspects. Like, I want to just get to my house, customize it and put things in it, and then figure out how I want to store my items, you know, this or that. So that's where I could see where it could be boring for some people, that it's not for me. I enjoy at some point, hopefully, getting to those different aspects of the game. I see people building their ships. There's a whole ship, you know, customization out there that you can spend time on. Let's see. Do you want to explore? Do you want FPS or a third person? Want to cheat the system and give yourself everything? They are the ultimate in single player sandboxes. Unfortunately, all that comes with a ton of issues, some shallowness, etc. But anything that really tries to be everything to everyone will suffer the same issues. Well said. Very well said. If any of these comments are kind of sparking some thoughts with you guys, definitely comment below and let us know. Let's see. Man, I'm almost bummed out when I started reading the early reviews. I was almost bummed out. Man, I love this game. It's the ultimate space RPG and a game like I've always wanted to play. Let's see. Got a Dark Souls mention there. It's true. For some people, RPG games are all about the fictional world. For some people, they're all about the fictional main character. Do you prefer Star Trek? Give me a tall ship and a star to guide her by. Yeah. Or Star Wars, I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue you. The decision by Bethesda to scrap voice acting for the player character says a lot. That's another thing that's always come up. It came up in Destiny a lot, that your character didn't talk. You couldn't actually hear your character. Again, another topic. But 15 hours into Elden Ring, but didn't enjoy it. Baldur's Gate 3 is Baldur's Gate 3 is another example where I love things like the quest design, but didn't particularly like the combat. Okay, Starfield, however, I've got 50 hours on and still having a blast. I also completely get a lot of the critiques people have given, but none of them have gotten in the way of me enjoying the game. It just works for me. These are some really good comments, thought out and just kind of respectful. I honestly have a dilemma while playing Starfield. When am I going to play my other games? Division 2 season draws to a close. When am I going to finish that? I got another video that we posted on our channel a while back about what are your gaming backlog strats? That's the other thing. It's like, okay, right now I'm playing Starfield and I'm playing Sea of Stars. You can kind of balance those two games and sprinkling in a little bit of MLB, the show, and Fortnite, you know, and maybe some Roblox with the kiddos and, you know, sprinkling stuff in here and there. But I was just kind of getting the itch, getting back into No Man's Sky, you know, and knowing Starfield was coming out. And then there's Diablo 4, you know, of course we've been playing. And I don't know, that's that other video we talked about that we uploaded. But yeah, how you guys managing your backlog? Gaming backlog. I think we can pretty much wrap it up. I mean, these are pretty good comments. I've seen people straight up lie about the game in terms of what you can do or can't do. It's bizarre. Wow, that's a long one there. So anyways, yeah, let us know your thoughts. This is a very interesting topic. Just kind of the thing that is Starfield right now, whether it's playing the game, whether it's the reception of the game, the reviews, what you think about it, all the random little things that are coming up. I will say I haven't seen a ton of bugs pop up still, which, you know, everybody kind of expected from a Bethesda game, but I have had a few myself, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, anyways, just a fun little video talking about Starfield. Again, thanks for all the support, guys. If you want to jump in the Discord, have at it. We'd really love it if you check out our collecting channel. And again, really appreciate all the support. We see you guys subscribing, and it means a lot to us. So yeah, as always, until next time, take care.